it's Pete from Elite Driving Solutions. It's been a while since the last video, but we're back today to talk about the DVSA's new Ready to Pass campaign. It's always been important to know when's the best time to take your test, and of course it's more difficult now with the long waiting lists for tests, but the important facts are still there, and with the current wait times it's now more important than ever to make sure that you're ready to take your test. I will start by saying, however, that the advice here does not overrule the safe driving for life message, and that the important part of learning to drive is that you stay safe after you get a licence. Let's start by looking at this quote from Mark Wynne, the Chief Driving Examiner. "You're ready to take your driving test when you can drive safely and follow the highway code without any prompts from your instructor while keeping your nerves under control." So, there are a few points to making sure you're ready. Let's take a look at the DVSA list. They say, check you're ready to take the test. You'll usually be ready when: first, you do not need prompts from your driving instructor. Let's face it, the examiner won't help you on your test, and when you've passed, you're on your own. You won't get any help, so the examiner needs to see that you don't need any, and that you can drive independently. And as you need to show that to the examiner, you need to show it to your instructor too. Don't forget that your progress chart on Total Drive gives us a good indication of how independent you are. Ideally, you should be looking to get as many 5s as possible, showing that you're completely independent on that subject. A 4 means seldom prompted, and you shouldn't have any scores that are marked below that. On the overview, you should really be aiming for a minimum of 95%. Next, you do not make silly mistakes when you're driving. It's best to be honest with yourself on this one. We can see how you're driving, and so will the examiner. We all know that silly mistakes happen, and it's so easy to just brush them off, but the wrong one can lead to a serious fault or even an accident, so we want to try and avoid these. We're not expecting you to be perfect, but mistakes need to be small and very limited in number. Number 3, you pass mock driving tests. Usually we'll do at least 2 mock tests, and we will ensure that these are conducted as closely as possible to the real thing. These give us great feedback on how you perform on a test, and also highlight any areas that you still need to work on. Realistically though, if you're finding that you're committing a lot of serious faults on your mock, it's likely that your actual test will go the same way. So aiming to get the mock test to a passing standard, and the real ones will likely follow. Number 4, you can control your nerves. Arguably, this may now be one of the biggest issues for many driving students. If you're confident, then great, but do make sure that confident doesn't turn into cocky. For those of you that lack confidence, this is becoming more and more common, but there is good news. Instructors are getting better at helping with this now. For example, I've completed a few courses now designed to help students with controlling nerves while learning to drive and on their test. Plus, all of our students at Elite Driving Solutions can get free access to Confident Drivers, a website hosted by industry specialists that offers extra help on top of that offered by your instructor. And as ever, if you need any more details, just ask one of us. And last, your driving instructor agrees that you're ready. Well, hopefully, if you can satisfy the other steps, this will be a given. On rare occasions, there can be a difference of opinion, and we'll try to explain our reasons to you as best we can. We do ask you to be realistic about your abilities and to trust our professional advice. I also advise, try not to let peers or family push you into taking a test that you don't feel ready for. Well, that's the overview on the Ready to Pass campaign. This leads us on to a couple of common questions. When should I book my test? The age-old advice on this is still the same. Book it when your instructor tells you to. We know there's a long waiting list, and we know that everyone is worried that they'll miss out, but realistically, booking it too early is likely to cause more problems than it solves. We will try to time it right, but remember that you can move the date if needed. Most people use an app for this now, and it's easier to bring it forward a few weeks than it is to put it back a few weeks. I know I won't pass, but can I just have a go? Well, the short answer to this now is no. You need to move your test. Clear the booking slot, let somebody that's more ready than you have a chance to take it. One of the major reasons for the delay at the moment is people booking before they should. What if I get to my test date and I'm not ready? Well, your instructor will be talking to you about how ready you are many weeks in advance, and honestly, we hope that you come to a sensible conclusion by yourself, even if it means that you need to delay it. And if you follow the advice that I just went through, you should be able to reach a sensible decision. We will do our best to prep you, but the bottom line is, if you're not ready, then you're not ready, and we will tell you that you need to postpone. We hope that has given you a bit more insight on how to see if you're ready to take a test, and as ever, if you've got any questions, then your instructors will be happy to discuss them with you. In the meantime, I look forward to seeing you for your lessons, and remember, safe driving for life.